Morning, Steve here in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Prices overnight are higher. For the soybeans, we're trying to lift ourselves off the seasonal lows and kind of following the corn and wheat market on some weather concerns. In the corn, we had record volume for the day yesterday and here at the CME CBOT in corn. And the open interest went up about 27,000 contracts. So it could be new longs, it could be increased farmers selling. We heard on yesterday's rally that on the breakout above key resistance, the farmers were big sellers. And in the wheat market, we continue to add some premium. We'll be watching pretty closely next week. Looks like a rain event that should move across the northern part of the U.S. and Canadian border. And what's significant about this, at least our weather guy feels, that if this rain occurs, it could suggest that Canada, North Dakota, and the U.S. Midwest will have normal weather this summer. But if we miss this rain, it suggests we could see more ridging and could see a drier than normal summer. So this rain event next week is pretty important. Again, the next 5 to 6 days will be warm and dry across the Midwest. But again, the pattern is supposed to change in the 11 to 15 day time frame. We've got export sales today. We're looking at somewhere between 400,000 and 750,000 tons of beans and corn, both old and new crop. And wheat, we'll see if we can do 300,000 to 500,000 tons of wheat sales. It is interesting yesterday that when the corn market rallied, the basis both at the Gulf and interior broke. And so now that break in the basis makes our corn even still competitive to world buyers despite the rally in futures. We saw that China imported in May a record amount of beans. Their imports of cooking oil actually declined 25% from a year ago. They were sellers of a small amount of corn out of their reserves from the 2013 crop. And we've got export sales today. I've already mentioned that, but CONAB came out and said that the bean crop is around 114 million tons. Their previous estimate was 113. And corn, close to 94 million tons. Their previous estimate was about 93 million tons, and there's some people that think that in their production that could reach 100 million metric tons. We've got the USDA tomorrow. No, people are not expecting a lot of changes in their world and U.S. supply and demand, so it, again, will be a weather market. Over in the beans, we saw soybean oil selling off a little bit yesterday, and there was rumors that President Trump would prepare to allow Argentina to import vegetable oil for biodiesel in return if Argentina would approve seeds developed in the U.S. made available to farmers there. We also note that the Argentina farmer is slow in selling their soybean crop at harvest time. And over in the corn, you still see this kind of the same thing. Both Brazil and Argentina farmers are slow sellers of corn and beans. This might be more of a currency play than anything else. And over in the wheat, we continue to see the protein market in hard red runner wheat advance. Higher protein, 12%, is now 70 cents above 11% at the Gulf, and we would expect as harvest moves along, if the protein doesn't improve, those basis levels will continue to move apart. So we'll see what Mother Nature has in store for us next week. We'll see how much shorts the funds want to cover going into the weekend. We'll see if the farmer continues to want to sell corn on an uptick, and we'll also see what the government has to say tomorrow in their supply and demand reports. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.